So today is day 2, trash day 2 out of 2. Wonder where they're taking that stone. Probably isn't it, don't know. Not like they let me know or offer me in any way that I could actually use it well. So today's Friday, which is the second trash day. The first trash day, I think, is Wednesday. This is I don't know. Can't guess how many pounds that is, but that's mostly plastic waste. It is April 3rd, 2020. I arrived here June 6th, I believe, 2019. There was a bit more trash and intended to put in that bag in case nobody had volunteered to pick up their own trash. Seeing as how most of the stuff I picked up off the street was just from around this same block. But right, that's the concern. If you don't remember, around that way, those trees, mango trees. I watered these a lot recently, so the fruit's like ripening quick. You see a few of them. I also pruned it back a bit. Pruned that one back a bit. The wax seems to be doing well at keeping the wound from getting infected with any sort of, I think they're called driver ants or carpenter ants, I'm not sure, and rot and that sort of stuff. This is a bit cleared. I'll be keeping this tree, using some of this gravel. I like the spines on it. It'd be kind of nice to have it kind of fence that way, maybe a bougainvillea. Grapevines trained onto the tree for now. Willow's bouncing back. Check it out. To think that was like a little twig that I picked up off the road out of the flood, mud, silt stuff. But yeah, grip looks fine. It's on its way. It's grabbed on. I took the twist ties off, so they're on their own now, which is pretty good. I also went ahead and I cut off. Wow, my glasses have glare. I cut off a lot of the stuff that was here. I don't have any high hopes that it will heal properly, but you know, if it does have the capacity to, that's hopefully gonna help. I would also have to remove this from about that angle, so you know, it's more like that. Hopefully I stop finding these around. Still gotta wash these off that I found in the canal, but I got rid of most of the plastic that's visible surface level that I've been able to gather, and I've thrown out almost all of the stuff that I can throw out right now. A lot of it was buried in there, but a little bit of dusting stuff off. This is still a mess because the leaf cutter ants did this. So yeah, but anyway, you could tell these are the rooms I use least. Obviously, for very obvious reasons. And I just had to throw all that plastic away because I am not receiving the help that I was promised. And I'm kind of being manipulated and coerced, and it's really bullshit. And I can't even, speaking of shit, that's cat shit. Yeah, I thought I'd be able to get a sort of like domestic remediation thing going for the plastic, but nope. Here's some ginger. It's actually culinary ginger. Those two are related. But one of the I think they're Costas is ginger family. I don't know in general right now. It didn't do well, so I've got like a little cutting and I'm trying to bounce back, but I don't have crazy high hopes of it doing well. This tree is doing well, which is more than I can say about that one. But I do have some seeds. I don't know if you noticed them. Put a guava there. Haven't dug that up. That's doing well. That's about to bounce back. See some leaves on there. So that just about finishes this row for the mucho de this pithis. What is it? Pithysalobium. And I've already started on this one. There's that one. And this one. I don't know about that corner right now, for now. But the papaya didn't make it. Oh, right. I also dug up some glass shards and plastic while doing that. It's almost like anytime I plant anything, really. Sometimes I don't even have to dig much. This tree's doing fine. It was a root clone. The bamboo that I got from cutting root cut the little, I don't know, comb is doing fine. So is the clone I did off of that one. And then the other ones seem to be doing well. It's 2 out of 3 that look like they're doing okay. And that one, that is not doing well. So that's 2 failed plants. The one that was here, the loquat. The lack of organic matter did it in no favors. Still finding little plastic bits here and there. Oh, right. Annoying thing that I didn't remember from the worm bins is that a lot of those companies that... This is from a stevia packet. Sugar replacement, supposedly, you know, typical demographic is like diabetics and organic, you know, food conscious people. So it's like a thin layer of plastic. I know that's likely biodegradable, but still annoying to see pop up in worm bins and compost piles. I'm going to be digging these up or just cutting them down soon. You can tell that they had flags before that one and that one. But I need a clear path here. Then I'll take that tree out. But right now looming headache is that I haven't dug this one up, and it's the biggest one out of all of them. And it seems like they do better when they're actually smaller, younger, even if I don't disturb much of the taproot. Because that's the case with these. You can tell that one's about half as thick as that one, even though they're about the same inch. Yeah. Anyway, so I'll be digging this up in case it's alive, and that one up before it gets too big, and placing them further in that way so that the shade works in the summer, but they're semi-deciduous. They die back here in the winter, so it'll give me something to kind of dynamically have do for me, so do itself basically. I got a Stapelia. It's in the shade. From in front of the department store. And I also got like this little seed packet with like a mixed varieties of succulents and stuff. And I think I'm seriously thinking of expanding this way. So it's like a big, arid soils, planter. And that'll make it easier. Maybe I could have more of these and more food and ornamentals and stuff. But it's like 50-50 between that and a patch with tomatoes and peppers and that sort of thing here. Or I've even considered taking out this that I prepared for an outdoor stove. But I've been hesitant because it's actually really well built as far as like improvised stuff. It's even got an air intake vent. See, smoothly. Slide that in and out to choke the air. In case you put a cover on that, you could even maybe get like some low quality charcoal maybe. So it's been between tomatoes and peppers and that sort of thing, and more of these. But I put in the stones just to hold the soil and increase the heat, but I could take them out if I put more plants in there. The sun beating on these is an issue, but considering that I haven't been getting the help that I was assured and promised, this weed, the castor bean, is actually doing me so many favors. It's a great help, actually. You can tell how much shade I get against the side of the house there. Those trees help too. They're just not very tall, old, or big. Around drip line wise. But anyway, getting ready for this. I kept the mylar and some other plastic I could probably use for improvised planters, pots and stuff. But yeah. Glad I'm not getting a gun handle to my head or thrown around or locked up. Hate how people try to have like selective amnesia. Oh, and lastly, I was able to find a tamp. It's about it says 8 inches by 8 inches, and I'm not sure how much it weighs. Probably like 10 pounds, something less than, somewhere around there. So yeah, okay, so now for future stuff planned. Like I said, all that gets spread out over here, that gets filled in, so there's some plastic trash in there that I didn't want thrown in, some of it's buried. It gets spread out here, the soil from back there for the swale and whatever gets dug up there, to raise the level here a bit more. I did want like a roof shade structure this way, which is like sheet, like corrugated steel sheet. I looked around for aluminum, but like the only aluminum stuff they have is like freaking, it says aluminum, but it's asbestos. It's like, hell no, thanks. So, I would like a roof over there. Seeing as how, I don't know if you noticed, I have a plastic sheet. Look, that's how quickly the plastic gets eaten up here. The UV is a lot stronger than it is back home. I don't know where I'm used to calling home. So it wouldn't last if I were to use the temporary one that I said I would use, that I was willing to use. That's why I put those bottles up there, prevent me from getting hurt while I was working up there. In case I slipped, it'd be a little less bad. But yeah, sport is like really, really manipulative and loaded. And oh, could you guess who just got into town yesterday too? Right. And I'm told I'm supposed to believe in this like mass pandemic quarantine circumstance situation with like mortality rate that should be of concern, and like he's a cancer patient. Just pulled up in a cab. You know the close quarters a cab is? You know how many people a cabbie comes into contact with? Right. But I'm supposed to listen and believe. Anyway. So I got people up my ass harassing and antagonizing and demoralizing. What's the term? There's some chastising going. There's what's the term where you really belittle someone and you diminish what they're doing. Anyway, it's basically the gist of it is that they don't consider it work, and so if I'm not working the way they would want me to, for who they would want me to, none of it is considered work. Do you see how much trash is out on the street on a regular, daily basis? How much gets burned? Nobody considers the dioxins. Nobody gives a fuck, even though they're told, even though it's law. As far as consumption goes, that's a lot of plastic. I'd like to get it down to zero. I don't want to have to. But yeah. Let me see. Size-wise. So tired of having to take other people's shit. I don't have enough life. I'm never gonna be able to live compensation for the shit that they don't seem to think needs to be compensated for or even apologized for. And I'm not even living in the same places I've lived already. And it's so casual and so normalized and so light upon their shoulders. Or maybe even lightning for them. Anyway, one of the reasons I don't go out on a limb there, so I'm stuck playing some weird fucking family politics, getting talked down to, and literally got called a retard by my own mother. and worse by my father. But, you know,